What's up, guys? I was just driving around thinking about haters, and I was trying to think back to the first time I ever got hated on. And the first time I ever got hated on was by two little kids when I was a little kid. I was probably 6 years old or so. And they told me that when I got older, I would never amount to anything because I didn't do chores. I didn't do, stuff around the house like weed the garden or do the dishes. And of course I did do these things from time to time, but it wasn't forced on me like it was forced on them. As I got older, my responsibilities became more, but when they were young, their mom, made them weed the garden and do all this other stuff, and that didn't happen to me. And for a long time I believed them, though, because they constantly said, you're never going to amount to anything because you don't have chores. And when I was a little kid, for some reason that made sense to me, and it hurt my feelings. Looking at it years later, I have amounted to a lot. I've went to college, went to high school, got my diploma, went to college, got a 4-year degree. I think that's my wife in that Honda right there. Yes, it is. She's oblivious to me being here. Went to college, got a 4-year degree. Hopefully I'm going to go back to college and get my master's and then eventually my doctorates. I became a vegan and became somewhat of an animal rights guy, and I've rescued 4 beautiful dogs. I've bought a house. For a while I was running a group in the community, like a meetup group, and I've had an author who authored the book The Peaceful Diet. Come and speak at these meetings. I now work with the prison population and trying to rehabilitate prisoners before they re-enter the community. I got married to a beautiful woman. I've accomplished a lot, and these 2 guys who told me I would never amount to anything have really not done much. One hasn't done anything. He lives with his mom in the backyard, like behind his parents' house. I don't know if he's holding a job yet or not, but he's had a really hard time holding a job. He's in debt up to his ears, and his brother's doing a little better. He's got a beautiful son, and he's doing all right. But the point is those thoughts that came from those guys when I was a little kid, and they were little kids, weren't their own. You know what I mean? It wasn't their thoughts. They were taught that, and I look now at their stepfather, who's the one that taught them to say a lot of this BS, and he's kind of miserable. Their marriage to the mom is kind of on the rocks. I'm catching up with my wife. She's in the Honda ahead of me. Anyways, their marriage is kind of on the rocks, and he's had a couple breakdowns, and he's, I don't know, they're not in the best shape. And I think a lot of this hate was projecting, his own insecurities about himself. But it was messed up to pick on a little kid. I was just a little kid. So, I don't know, I was just thinking about that. just thinking about my experience with haters. And what my first one was, and kind of looking on the long-term effect of a hater. You know? Kind of seeing the progression of it over the last, 25 to 30 years of my life. Even though I really did think it was true, I really did think I was going to amount to nothing, because I wasn't being taught to do things around the house. But in the end of it, out of the two of them, only one of them really made it. There's still life to live, but and they both, all of us could change positions. I could be homeless and a crackhead in the next 2 years, and they could both be wealthy. The point is hate has no bearing, coming from the hater. The hate is taught. The hate is taught by the family or the people that they're surrounded with, especially when you're a child. Later, when you're an adult and you're formulating hate, then that's your problem. But when it's children against children, bullying and stuff like that, I think a lot of it is the parents and the family life. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me kind of go through my thought process a little bit. See you later.